On this Q&A Thursday, we're going to answer a question we get quite a bit actually, which is basically, and this one's from Jackie on Instagram, is it still safe to use my VMV products even after the expiration date? Will it lose its efficacy? Cosmetics products, even drugs, really don't expire the way we think of some other things expiring. Like if you left a banana out on a kitchen counter or something, it would just sort of start to rot. Cosmetics products have to have a certain amount of shelf life, a certain kind of preservation system in order to survive being in the bottle, survive air voyage or sea voyage, to make it to a store to stay it on the shelves long enough before they're bought, right? And then after they're opened, it has to be able to resist microbial contamination well enough to be able to use the entire product. So as a rule, these products don't tend to expire or rot the way we tend to think of other things expiring or rotting. Now, in cosmetics, expiration dates aren't actually required by a lot of FDAs if the tests show that they don't show any organoleptic changes within a certain amount of time. Organoleptic changes would be changes in smell, separation of the product, big changes in color, that sort of thing. And certainly, preservation efficacy tests would show how well they resist microbial assault. Most FDAs don't require it if, for example, all those tests show that the product is stable and fine under normal storage circumstances without sneezing into it or sharing it and a lot and stuff past a certain amount of time. And that can differ for different FDAs, but let's say between 24 months, 30 months, that sort of thing. So a lot of our products don't even put the expiration date because it's not required and the products don't expire. In terms of other things like sunscreens or products with actives or products that might be considered a drug in some other countries, expiration dates are required, and they basically, again, don't show if the product will rot, but will indicate up to what point the product's efficacy is tested. So for our sunscreens, yes, we'll put an expiration date. But yeah, my family and I and a lot of VMV staff regularly use products that have earlier manufacturing dates because they're totally fine. If you notice a change in smell, something is separating, the color has really changed, something has grown, it's got fur, it's not supposed to, then you know something got in there, a microbe got in there and it has colonized. But yeah, otherwise, it should be okay to use products that are expired or have earlier manufacturing dates. A note on preservation, it is important. So we don't use parabens to preserve our products because they are top contact allergens. But if you have gotten a patch test, and parabens are not one of your allergens that you patch tested positive to, they're actually not bad preservatives, right? It's important to have some sort of preservation in your cosmetic to reduce the risk of a microbial contamination, which can be more of an issue. At VMV, we use a self-preserving system that is our own and does make use of coconut-derived monolaurin, which is a wonderful broad-spectrum antibacterial, antifungal, anti-yeast, antiviral. Lots of wonderful clinical studies published on it. We have a review on it on our blog as well. So I hope that answered your question. If you have any other questions you'd like for us to answer, please write in everywhere, on Instagram, on Facebook, VMV Hypoallergenics, certainly on our websites, vmvhypoallergenics.com and vmvhypoallergenics.ph, and on our blog, vmvinskin.com.